Hi, this is Suzanne Osmond, and this is Music Therapy with at-risk inner city youth. Children will hear the sound of gunfire before that of an orchestra. That is the sentiment of a former New York governor. Also in this slide is an image of the current mayor of Chicago, Rahm Emanuel. That picture is labeled "Welcome to Murder City." My interest in this population stems from my work with Discover Music, Discover Life, a No Child Left Behind Title I instruction company. In working with this company, I use music to help students struggling in areas of math and reading. I generally work in low-income, at-risk communities, predominantly African American and Hispanic. And so my path finally leads to music therapy. One such community that I work in is a Hispanic one, and this is an example of an alternative high school, Cornerstone Academy. This is a little performance that we had for a benefit dinner. The students performed a spoken word poetry followed by some live drumming. Themes of the poetry include very common themes of their lives as at-risk youth. The drumming also helped give them a little relief after performing their spoken word poetry, because it was a very, very emotional experience for them. So at-risk is defined as those likely to experience a decline in their global functioning due to one or more issues related to mental health, substance use, or social, economic, or cultural disadvantages. These children have continuous exposure to poverty, drugs, and gang violence, which ultimately leads to having them develop aggression, anxiety, depression, feeling distracted, lack of motivation, low self-esteem, an overall sense of being stuck and unable to succeed. So within the urban family, there's strong evidence of poor parenting, parental mental health, and child abuse issues. This all leads to unmet social and emotional needs, as well as behavioral disorders. So how do they handle this problem? Well, unfortunately, they medicate it quite heavily. Once only prescribed to manage schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, and other severe mental illnesses, at-risk youth are now given antipsychotic medication to combat aggression, depression, and anxiety. This leads Julie Zito of the University of Maryland to claim that we're medicating poverty. We've reached the limits of medicalization. There is no FDA approval for the use of antipsychotics on children, and the long-term effects are still unknown. Very interesting research out of the University of Kentucky has found that antipsychotic prescriptions for Medicaid children has increased by 270% between 2000 and 2010. In Connecticut in 2014, a children's mental health task force also showed that youth on Medicaid were prescribed antipsychotics, which had doubled since 2008. A threefold increase in amphetamine prescription and a fourfold increase was revealed in antidepressants. All the medication is meant to treat these children that are suffering from attention deficit disorder, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, anxiety, depression, hyperactivity, distractibility, and impulsivity. On occasion, mental health centers or community counseling services would be made available to these children. However, that's not always an option. So this finally brings us back to our path of music therapy. Here we come, we're the sparkling divas. We're gonna show it, and you know it. We're gonna crunk, 'cause we got a dunk. That is the chorus from an original song on the theme of divas and perseverance. This is an example of a therapeutic music group. And Sparkling Divas is specifically aimed towards young girls between the ages of 10 and 13. A few more examples of therapeutic music programs for at-risk youth. Hear Me Sing, Safe Expressions, the Drum Circle Project, Music for Life. Note that Music for Life is all the way over in South Africa. So at-risk youth are across the globe. According to an article published in the Canadian Journal of Music Therapy, effective techniques for this population include song and lyric writing, drumming, improvisation, lyric analysis, listening to music, and singing or rapping. The top 5 goals of treatment for this population include self-expression, self-esteem, coping skills, social interaction skills, and behavioral management skills. Common themes of intervention include self-identity, peace, unity, cooperation, and group awareness. I wanted to focus briefly on the drum circle model, as it is a hands-on learning model. The Drum Circle Project in Canada is a perfect example. Alternative high school students were participants. And this was a great example of experiential learning, which has been proven to be the most effective because it immediately engages the students and offers them a form of expression, as well as initiative taking and leadership skills. The youth participants reported feeling more open, more confident, calmer, and just overall happier. Although there is much on this topic, I would like to conclude at-risk youth suffer from various stressors in their environment, including poverty, gang violence, drugs, deteriorated landscapes. Yet music therapy has been shown to help with mental health, behavioral, social, and emotional disorders. So I have one more little video here for you. And in this group is a demonstration of a YMCA Summer Youth Intervention group that took part over this past summer. It was a pleasure working with these students, and it offered them a great outlet of energy, kept them off the streets. And that concludes my presentation. Thank you very much.